name is Tyson. Dad!
Rude.
Sorry.
Get it.
This is fun. That's what you get. Say something told. Sorry.
So while we wait, I'll tell you a riddle.
Shut it off! Shut that mic off!
Was that the jokes in the car or what?
It's gonna change it halfway through.
Poor David, you got caught, David.
Okay, now I'm going to start.
Thank you.
Hello again.
Hello.
Okay, for those who don't know me, my name is Tyson Williams, and I'm Travis's older brother. Like Rochelle, I'm also a PhD student. And as a PhD student, it is our job to know things, to understand things, and to share what we know with others. Not if they don't want to hear it sometimes. This is especially true for Travis, because I've been doing this my whole life. So, in my earliest memory, I'm like 2 years old, and I hear Travis crying in the other room. So I go into Mom and Dad's bedroom and let them know. Mom, Dad, Travis is crying. Now that I have kids, I can just imagine their response was, "Thanks, Tyson, we had no idea." So when we got older, and you stopped crying, we attended preschool together. One day, they served this Italian dish, but none of us knew what it was. So, in my infinite wisdom, I sat there and thought about what it could be. I determined that it was pizza. You and all the other kids loved it and started eating it. Loves pizza. And then a teacher comes over and says, "Oh, no, it's not pizza, it's lasagna." At this, he stopped stuffing his face and was like, "No, I don't like lasagna." You loved it when I called it pizza, but you hated it when it was called lasagna. I don't think you ate lasagna again until you were a teenager. So preschool was the last time that we were in the same class, but we were often on the same sports team. In Little League, you were the catcher, and I was in the pitching rotation. Dad's in the dugout coaching, and Mom's in the bleachers keeping score. One game, I'm pitching, and I didn't think you were throwing the ball back to me quite fast enough. So my suggestion, which I yelled politely to you in front of everybody, right there on the field, was that you should throw it back to me much faster. If we were at home, you would have just ignored me, or we would have gotten in a fight, which I would have won. Okay, but we're in public, on the diamond. You had no choice but to take my suggestion. Of course, you put your own twist on it by throwing it back to me as hard as you possibly could. Next page. So that's how things went when we were on the same team. Back at home, I would propose we play video games, but against each other on different teams. You would happily accept, but you were rarely so happy when we would finish. I would consistently beat you in almost every game that we had. In fact, in GoldenEye 007, it was an even match when I would play you 1 versus 3 against you, Ryan Barth, and Eric Schimmel. Yo, that's true.
3-on-1.
That's true.
What's the speech about?
Sometimes after losing, you would get so mad that you would chuck your controller against the plywood TV stand that Dad built for us. Your black controller put marks all over that thing. You could shake your controller and hear a distinct rattle because pieces of your controller had broken off on the inside. But amazingly, your controller continued to work. Eventually, you realized that you could beat me at realistic sports games and Halo. You were better than me at Halo. In high school, when your friends would come over, we would either be playing Halo or Texas Hold'em. Now, as a game of deceit, Texas Hold'em didn't really jive well with my ability to share everything I know. So it was common knowledge that the value of my bets strongly correlated with the strength of my hand. To compensate, I would lie and say that I was bluffing. But you've known me for too long, so you would rarely fall for it. The result of which was that you did quite well in these games, and would often come out ahead. The one time that you couldn't take my money was when I finally graduated and went to college. In my first year, I returned home during winter break. You were writing a paper, and I offered to proofread it. In the paper, you said you were talking about the future. You said that you didn't know what you wanted to do with your life, and you weren't ready to graduate high school. For the first time in my life, at the age of 19, I had nothing to say. I wanted to share with you what I knew. I wanted to tell you how I made my decisions after high school. I wanted to give you a suggestion, propose a solution, or just lie and say that everything would be okay. I couldn't. I didn't know what to say. This was something you had to figure out on your own. As it turned out, you went to the University of Iowa, where you developed a passion for athletic training, and you continued your studies at A.T. Still University. There, you met, fell in love with, and proposed to this beautiful woman who's now your wife. Good thing I didn't open my big mouth back there and scroll myself. Having said all that, I think it's appropriate if I offered you some advice. But don't worry, this advice comes from a good source. Love your wife, just as Christ loved the church. I promise you, this is good and honest advice. I love you, little brother, and I wish the best for your marriage. All right, let's cheers to that.